Welcome back to another episode of Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast on YouTube. Today we got a fantastic show for you guys. But first, Fred, Bob, we survived the spooky season without getting murdered. Now, the question is, do you like being gluttonous for Thanksgiving, or do you like going to diabetic shock in Halloween? What's the better version?
I think I like being gluttonous on Thanksgiving, you know? And
yeah, I like the meat sweats over the diabetes.
But no, we are back. Another tune, another great episode. I'm going to hand it off to Fred. Fred, fucking take us away, dude. Take us to La La Land. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel be sure and like, follow, and subscribe. We love subscribers. We love followers. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/wearethetelevision. Now, Fred, do some good.
Today we're doing Lost in Transmission. It's still a little spooky. We're trailing off a spooky season, and this short was still a little bit spooky. It played like a VHS tape that had like recordings of a bunch of infomercials on it. It was just a weird... I don't even know if could you guys pull out like a full story from this, or it felt more like a skit, right?
I think it was a horror skit.
My kind of critique.
This skit was made by Danielle Broderick and Jared Wagenstein. Sorry if I butchered those names.
That's a fake last name.
That's
Wagenstein?
what it's Wagenstein. Jared, if I fucked that up, let us know.
Wagenstein.
They are part of a production YouTube channel called Whatever What, and they self-describe themselves as Whatever What is an animation sketch comedy channel made by one guy who's tall and wears glasses and one guy that's not and doesn't. So they're funny guys. And this skit was pretty funny to me as well. It was about Coach Noble, who is supposed to take no bull, but he took a lot of fucking bull. He took a lot of bull in this sketch.
So for me, I couldn't find like a really plot to it type thing. I feel like it was just a bunch of sketches put together.
I would enjoy seeing because I agree with you. I feel like it felt like a collection, a bag of weird, spooky stuff like mixed together.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a story with just Coach Noble. I loved that character. It was a good character.
Same.
Yeah. So did you guys see the video before that they put out of promo for that, basically? And it was, not colored. It was still a Coach Noble promo, and it was funny to me. It's usually, it seemed like an animatic, but it was something totally different, and it was still Coach Noble. So you guys got to check that out. And it says under it that they use this premise as like a host for their show. So it started out as like a host for their show and just turned into their third animation. So I think that they were going to use this as like a premise, as like a hosting show to show off their skits, which they do have other skits on their YouTube channel. So that would make sense.
Yeah, I saw them. I particularly liked this one. I feel like I like the character style and the drawing design style of all of their stuff, but this one had like a VHS like film granny. They would fuck with the audio a little bit. I don't know if they're going to continue to keep doing that, but it had a cool style to it.
I was always a fan of like home movies. Like that was one of my favorite. It kind of had that feel to it. But yeah, I just wish that there was just one. It could even have been a weak thread, just one little continuous thread that played through that kind of just wrapped it all together. I know Coach Noble was kind of that thread, but I still feel like there was no small arc or anything for
the
it.
self-help hotline guy. I feel like there was something there with the like self-help, and then Coach Noble's show was like taking no bull. I feel like there could have been like a connection there, just didn't quite hit. But
I thought it tied together nicely. I kind of thought that it's like you got this lonely coach who just lost his family, and meanwhile you got the TV playing this like self-help, get help video where it's honestly like making you more scared than happy about what he said. I thought it tied together pretty well.
At one point, the self-help guy was describing being buried alive. If anything, the sketch did was make me laugh, so that's good.
It was funny.
Yeah.
The shot of the crotch with just dirt getting put on it was fucking hilarious.
Are we digging at deeper meanings for cartoons now? Is that what we do?
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like that's what we were doing.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about it. Let's dig in.
Let's dig in. So the being buried alive was Coach No Bull's soul being buried alive by the weight of that pool guy stealing his wife and his kid.
I think you're right.
That's exactly what they were thinking.
Daniel, Jared, if we're right, let us know. Let us know.
Yeah.
We cracked the code.
Was this a tune about your guys' relationship? One of you takes no bull and the other one provides the self-help? I don't know. Let us know.
You know what that kind of reminded me of at the end there? Even just like with the editing style. I thought the editing style helped a lot. But it kind of reminded me of that scene in Requiem for a Dream where the mom is like watching the game show, and they're just like yelling at her, and she's losing her mind, and do you guys remember that part?
Very depressing scene. What are your guys? So I would expect from an animator standpoint that it's not difficult, but it's definitely not easy to make it have that grain of making it look like an old VHS. We do a little bit of that in our previous pods back in season 1, where it kind of looked like you're adjusting the channel a little bit to kind of get it into focus. Is that a complicated task to perform in animation?
Surprisingly, that's actually pretty easy. You could find some VHS filters, just like an Instagram like type of filter where you just plop it on it and use a filter. But they also went even deeper and fucked with the audio too. Some points where you had like a demon voice come in, like when the VHS was cutting out. It definitely looked professional.
I thought it was also a nice touch that VHS kind of tied the two, like there was multiple animators in that for like all those commercials and stuff. So that kind of tied it together and put that like same, it made it feel consistent. So I thought that was good touch.
I would say that was a good tune. We will definitely link to the description we will link to that tune in the description below. Go check it out. Fred, what was it called one more again? Lost in Transmission?
Correct.
Oh, get one green check for Mick. He gets one on the board. All right.
We are the television.